Hey everyone, this is a quick start guide for the new map editor in 4x4 Mania. Let's go ahead and create a new map. Let's call it Tutorial. You can check out the camera controls under the question mark button in the top right corner. On this screen, you can put in the specifications of the map's terrain and its main texture. Currently, the maximum map size is 5 by 5 kilometers, and the maximum height is 1 kilometer. The terrain will be deformable up to 1,500 meters in width or length. The taller the map, the more intense the terrain deformation will be. So if you want a tall map that doesn't deform, set its width or length to greater than 1,500 meters. We will use it as is and tap Create Terrain. In this guide, we won't cover terrain painting since we want to get going as fast as possible. Let's go to Paint Textures to select some textures our terrain will use when we generate it. Go back to Raise and Lower Height and tap Generate Random Terrain. This gives us a randomized terrain that uses the textures we selected according to built-in rules, such as mountain peaks having snow and vertical slopes being made of rock. Now let's go to Objects and put in our player start position. This is necessary so the game knows where to put your vehicle when you start the game. The white shape is the main spawn, and the green ones are where online players will spawn in multiplayer modes. Let's put in a road. Start placing nodes and they will auto-connect to each other. It would be advisable to hide the first and last nodes of the road underground or other objects for better results. You can put more than one road using the variation picker. Just place a new node and switch its variation to another road. Now for some trees. Go to Tree Scatterers and drop in one of them. Variations will change the scatter pattern of the trees. Let's look at transforming a prop's position, rotation, and scale with this car as an example. The finger icon is Smart Move. Dragging the object with it will snap it to the ground or other objects automatically. The crossed arrow icon is the Move tool. You can use it to move the object on all 3 axes. The circled arrows icon is the Rotate tool. You can rotate objects on each of the 3 axes by dragging the gizmo handles. The final button in the row is the World Local Space Transform. By default, all transforms are in local space. That means that when you move the object forward, it uses the direction the object is facing as forward. World space means that regardless of how the object is rotated, the axes stay the same and don't rotate with the object. Now let's try scaling the object using the diagonal spreading arrows button. In local space mode, you have per axis handles, which means you can stretch the object in any direction separately. But if you switch to world space, you only get one handle that will scale the object uniformly without changing its proportions. The settings icon on the terrain tab controls some of the map's settings. They are fairly self-explanatory. Just keep in mind that fog will not appear in the editor because with high fog, you won't be able to see much when editing the map. The skybox also controls the ambient light color and intensity in addition to the sky background. Now let's look at the Auto Update Scatters switch. It's there in case updating tree scatters often is too intense for your device. When it's on, trees will auto-update when you move objects. Trees will only spawn on terrain and will not spawn on other objects. If Auto Update is off, you can use the Manual Update button to update the scatterers. This is purely visual in Editor, as when loading a map to play it, scatterers will update on start. Let's test our map. First, put the camera in a position you like and tap Create Map Thumbnail. Then you can save and play. As you can see, it's all here, and you can also see the fog in the level. Now let's go back and upload our map. On the map that you want, tap the 3 dots button to expand the options, and then tap Upload. Accept the terms and put in the title and description for the online map listing. Tap the OK button to start the upload. Now your map is on the server, but it's not available publicly just yet. It's in draft status, as we can see. This can still be useful to back up your drafts because your local maps are not backed up by the game, so in case of data loss, they will also be lost. Uploading them keeps them safely on the server. Right now, you can have 10 uploaded maps, but we will see how it goes with server storage, and this may change. When viewing your draft listing, you can tap the 3 dots button, and from there, you can download your uploaded maps to edit them. And among other things, you can publish them so they become visible to other players in the repository. You can't unpublish a map after it's been published. Another thing to note is that if you try to upload a map with the same file name as you uploaded before, the game will try to post an update for the online map and increase its version number. If you don't want that, rename the map before uploading. This only considers the map's file name, not the online title. This concludes the quick start guide and should get you going with the map editor. Good luck. We can't wait to see what you create.